Xavien Howard, it's not going anywhere. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, you read it right. Miami Dolphins have given Xavien Howard a contract extension. News broke about 40 minutes ago. I had to run upstairs, hurry up, jump on the computer, and talk about it. Now, I have somewhat of the contract breakdown. I don't have the full spot track breakdown. We will look at what his contract was beforehand, but as of right now, I don't have the full breakdown. I'm mostly going off of essentially what people are saying on Twitter. So I can't really tell you where there's an out or all that stuff, but we will talk about it. Essentially, it's a 5-year contract, $50.7 million in new money for about $25 million a year, if that's correct. The highest ever new money average, over $5 million for a corner. So again, you see APY, right? Average pay per year is $25.3 million. That doesn't necessarily mean that's his cap hit this year. That doesn't necessarily mean that is what he's going to get every year. If you guys remember watching my contract breakdowns of all these other players, and it says, oh, it's this much a year. Like, for example, you look at Tyreek Hill, it's $30 million a year. But this year he's only getting $6 million. And then next year he's getting like 29. I think the year after he's getting like 26. And then all of a sudden the Dolphins, after the 4th year, they have an out. So again, we'll talk about the contract because I have somewhat of an idea of his contract breakdown, but I don't have it like I do with Spot Track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize myself. We on my Twitter. And I'm going to talk about it. So right now, let's go to his contract details, right? Details of Xavien Howard's new contract. 5 years total through 2026. Now, if you look at his old contract up, it was here. It's so funny. I was going to use this because it was here. They had an out after, I think it was 2020. I think his contract ended 2024, and they had an out this year or next year. They had it out in his contract. But literally, as I started recording this, they changed it and they re-upped it. So you can see his old contract right here. From 2019 to 2024 was his old contract. And again, I think after this year he had an out. But now his new contract, again, 5-year total through 2026. New years, he got 2 years added. Again, it was to 2024. New money is $50.6 million. Most money over the next 3 years of any corner, highest fully guaranteed for a cornerback ever. So essentially, it's a 5-year contract, right? Because we're sitting at 20. He's good till 2026. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you see what Albert Breer here says, most money over the next 3 years for any corner, I guarantee you this year, the next 3 years, I bet you after 2025, there's an out. Bet you when they update this, there'll be an out right here. Again, when I get the contract information fully, because we don't even, like you can see here, don't know what the signing bonus is, don't know what the guaranteed at signing is, the total guaranteed. We know that the contract is 2 years, addition of $50.69 million, averaging about $25.3 million a year. But that doesn't mean he's getting $25 million a year, because again, I could show you Emmanuel Ogbah, I could show you Tyreek Hill, I could show you all these guys. It's just you take this number, or you take the 5, you divide it by that. You take essentially 2 years divided by that, and you think, you're getting $25 million a year. Doesn't necessarily mean he's getting $25 million a year. But that's the details. 5 years through 2026. So he'll be a Dolphin for the next 3 years minimum. And he'll probably finish his career as a Dolphin, which would be awesome because he is one of the best corners that the Dolphins have had in a very, very long time. I'm happy. I'm happy they kept X. And if you guys noticed, and again, we don't have the contract details. We don't know what the new cap space is for the Dolphins. We don't know if restructuring saved up cap space. Because if you watched, I think, my last video where I talked about how we can potentially, my grade, right? I gave the grade for free agency, and then I talked about how we can get to about $29 million. One of the things I said in there is this, giving X a contract extension and kind of reworking this year's money. So when I get the full detail, I will break down the full contract detail because, again, right now, I got a lot of nothing. I'm going off of this. This doesn't give me as much as this does, which is, this is what you need to look at is the cap hit and then the dead cap. These are the things that are interesting. Also, the signing bonus. The signing bonus can take a huge chunk out of a yearly thing. I'll show you with Emmanuel Ogba's contract, right? I'll show you with his, because that's a good example of help. Right, 4 years, 65 million, 13 million signing bonus. They take 4 divided by 65.4. They got 16.3. So they're saying he's getting paid average of 16 million a year, but he's only getting paid 11 this year. He's getting paid 17 this next year, and then the Dolphins can release him if he doesn't play up to his contract and save $13 million. See what I'm saying? So you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh, that's a lot of money. Why are we paying him so much money? We don't know how it's structured. We don't know how much of the signing bonus is, how much is guaranteed at signing. We don't know any of that. So essentially he's getting, look at Emmanuel Ogba, but then again, we go back to Xavien Howard, and I have no idea. They have nothing. But you look at his stats, right? Last year was his best year. He played, the past 2 years, he's played full seasons. Actually, I think he played full seasons. Even though the Dolphins played 17 games last year. But did he miss a game? He did miss a game. He missed the Falcons game. So he missed one game, but he played a full season the year before. Him and Byron Jones missed that game. I'm surprised we lost by as little as we did. 10 interceptions, then down to 5. But he also had 7 when he only played 12 games. In this span of 4 years, having 20... Come on, Doug, you could do this. 23 interceptions is one of the most in this time period for him. His fumbles, forced fumble, he had 2, but he's just a menace to society when it comes to when he's on the field. So again, the Miami Dolphins, if you want to know how I just did that, join the Patreon. I already started the lessons. Miami Dolphins have given Xavien Howard a contract. They talked about it last year. They said that this past summer they were going to talk to him more about it, and they promised him that they would give him a contract extension and work on all that stuff, and they did. So essentially, Byron Jones took a pay cut. They essentially took his money and put it into signing bonuses. Boom, we got cap space there. I honestly, again, when I get the contract details, I will talk about it. I'll make a video specifically talking about how much cap space is taken where's the out, and all that stuff. Because again, just going off of what Albert Breer say, you don't know as much as versus like I showed you with Emmanuel Ogba. But I love it. Xavien Howard, he won us the Ravens game. What other? I think he won us like 2 games last year. I would say the Patriots game with the fumble, but again, Dolphins got the ball back with 3 minutes left. Patriots still had 3 timeouts. Dolphins got 2 first downs, kind of ended the game. So yeah, he helped, but I don't know if he won us that game. Again, if Dolphins didn't get 1 first down, the Patriots could have very easily kicked the field goal and won. But huge asset to this defense. And that was my biggest worry, is that they were going to trade X. I talked about that. But the fact that they're keeping him, Byron's still here. The linebacker core, again, I'm going to talk about this where I talk about positions that need to step up and areas that worry me going to the season. Last year was offensive line and wide receivers. I was right about that. This year it's linebacker core. Other than that, this team's pretty good. And this is the aggression that the Dolphins wanted to see. This is the aggression that the Dolphin fans, not even the Dolphins, that Dolphin fans wanted to see from Chris Grier, keeping that defense, keeping that secondary. Xavien Howard, Nick Needham, Byron Jones, Brandon Jones, Javon Holland, that secondary that was just shutting people down on that 7-game stretch. And then you have the pressure up the front, Seiler, Wilkins, Emmanuel Ogba, Jalen Phillips, Andrew Van Ginkel, Jerome Baker, Raekwon Davis, just pressure. Now all of a sudden you add the amount of talent we did on offense. In total, this is what the spending spree, Dolphin spending spree. Tyreek Hill, 4 years, $120 million. Xavien Howard, 2 years, $50 million. Teron Armstead, 5 years, $85 max. Again, it goes up to 85, 87. Cedric Wilson, 3 years, $22. Connor Williams, 2 years, $14. Chase Edmonds, 2 years, $12.6. Teddy Bridgewater, 1 year, $6.5. And Raheem Mostert, 1 year, $3.1. And a lot of those are out. Like essentially, Chase Edmonds is a 1-year contract. Connor Williams is essentially a 1-year contract. Cedric Wilson's essentially a 2-year contract. Teron Armstead is a 3-year. Tyreek Hill is essentially it's a 5-year contract. Why is he saying 4? But it's a 4-year contract because that 5th year is $50 million, and no one's paying $50 million for a wide receiver. This is going to be a good team. They just got to play hard. They got to get it together. They got to play right, and they can win. Honestly, they can win a good amount of games. So we'll see. We'll see how this all pans out. But I'm happy that X is staying. I am a huge X fan. I've been defending him from Kingdom Come. I've had people unfollow me on Twitter for defending him 2 years ago. I've had people giving me crap for defending him, and then he had a 10 interception year, and I'm just sitting back like, I'm just saying. So I'm very happy with this move. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of keeping Xavien Howard, giving. And again, take the contract, look at it. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of money. And then just move on. Because for one, we don't know what the cap hit is this year. We don't know how it's structured. And we don't know how the money's spread out. So don't stress about it too much. But I am happy they're keeping X. Well, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm hearing that the Dolphins are trying to make moves, whether it's to trade up or whatever. But they want to get back into at least the second round. And so I don't know what they're doing. I can't tell you, but I'm hearing that they are trying to get back in the second round or first round potentially. I don't know, but we'll see. I'll let you know if something does happen. But on that, guys, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.